Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video on Kelvin Hunter. Kelvin Hunter, Wendy Williams' ex-husband. Well, guys, a lot of people, they want to blame Wendy Williams' current situation on Kelvin Hunter solely. And listen, guys, although I don't think he was an angel, although I don't think he was the best husband ever, I think it is a bit much for us to say that all of Wendy Williams' problems are on Kelvin Hunter. Now, that's just crazy. Now, Kelvin Hunter did a live this weekend, and it was his birthday, okay? This past weekend on Saturday, he did a live on his birthday. And he pretty much said, listen, guys, I'm a changed man. And I'm paraphrasing it. If you want to see the actual whole video, I think it was roughly about 20 minutes. Go to his Instagram, and it's still up. You will be able to see it. So he said he's a changed man. Part of his change is, listen, he's been vegan for about 12 years now, if I'm paraphrasing right and remembering correctly. He also said that most recently he gave up smoking weed. And the reason why he gave it up, guys, is because, and this is coming from my head, he knows and sees the devastation of what addiction can do to a family. So everything that Wendy is currently going through, he sees it firsthand because that is the mother of his firstborn. Not only his firstborn, but his firstborn and his only son, okay? So he's seeing that everything that she's going through. He's seeing how addiction destroyed her career, destroyed her life, destroyed her reputation. And he's saying, listen, I have a son and he has a daughter, right? But he has a son that is looking up to his father as like, listen, like, you're my example. And so his son has his father, the only one that potentially right at this moment, because Wendy is going through something, the only person that his son can turn to is him. And so if dad is sitting there smoking blunts every day, and I'm not saying that this is what Kelvin Hunter did, just follow my conversation. So if you sitting there smoking blunts every day and your son is watching you and now he knows that his mother has her own addictions, what example are you giving this young man? So he said, listen, my son is a senior now. I love my family. Family is everything to me. So I got to be a better example to my entire family unit. He said, I'm not judging anybody that still smokes. He said, listen, I had the best blunts from this end of the earth to the next. He said, but I know that, you know what, this is not for me, he said. So he wasn't judging anybody else who still wants to smoke or smoke with him. So he's not being judgmental. He's saying, listen, for me in my house, I'm no longer going to smoke. I want to live my best life. I want to live a long life. And God blessed me to be 51. And I want perhaps 51 more years. So I want all of that nonsense out of my body. And he also said, listen, maybe later on when I have my own farm, if I grow my own pure product, then maybe I'll smoke it. But at this time, I'm not going to smoke it no more. Because you know what, guys? What they're making and giving out on those streets, okay, is not the purest form of anything. You may have a dealer that he's giving that much products from his supplier. Okay, he's giving that much product, and he's thinking to himself, you know what? With this much product, I make $10,000. But I got some stuff in my house that I could take this product right here, and I'm gonna add some stuff. Okay, he's adding stuff to it, to the product. You don't know what stuff they added because they don't really care either. They just want to make money. So they add all this stuff to the product, and now instead of just having this, they got all of this. Okay? So with this, they would have made $10,000 in the street. They got all this, now they making $50,000 in the street. And before, when it was just this in its purest form, okay, they was making $10,000. But now they added all of this. So they only paid $5,000. They added all of this, and they was gonna make they paid $5,000. They was gonna make $10,000. They add all of this, and now they're gonna make $50,000. And whatever they added, it has you super addicted. So instead of you coming back for once a day, now you're back 5 times a day, and they really got you hooked and synced. So to get back on track here with the conversation, Kelvin Hunter said, "I'm done. I'm getting this out of my system. Okay? I'm going to do better with my life. I'm going to show my son what a man should be and give him a real role model to look up to." Okay, so he said, "I'm going to address the elephant in the room. My son's mother, my ex-wife, Wendy Williams. She's getting the help that she needs," he said. "I'm praying for her. I'm rooting for her. I want her to do better." And he should, right? Because that's the mother of his son. Now, I was connecting with him, guys. I was believing him. Here's the thing. Sometimes when two people get together, it's not because one is bad or the other is bad. Sometimes those two people, at some point, maybe they're just no longer getting along. And sometimes when two people get together, they're together, but they both bring out the worst side of each other. But then they get with somebody else, and you're like, "Oh, he was different. He's different with her than he was with the other one," because this one pulls out the best side of him. And it just happens. Now, do I think it is right that when you're married and you decide you want to move on, instead of telling the other person you're ready to move on, you go and cheat and you try to justify it? Do I think that's right? No, I do not. But what we also got to realize is, before the world officially, because there were sprinklings in the air, before the world officially heard about Kelvin Hunter and his side chick or his other girl, Wendy Williams already knew about her. And so I'm going to make up numbers right now. They were married about 20 years, Wendy and Kelvin. And out of that 20 years, he had the side chick, Sharina. So he had her for about 10 years. You think Wendy didn't know? You think Wendy didn't have a sprinkling about it? You think Wendy didn't know that her money was coming out of her account in droves and it was being used somewhere else? Somewhere else that she couldn't figure out initially. And then once she did, she found out it was being used on the other chick. Now, does that break a woman down to find out that a man is cheating? Absolutely. Does it break a woman down even more? Imagine it is your money that this man is allegedly using to feud the other chick with all the businesses she's trying to start and to buy her home. Is it jacked up? Oh, 100%. Now, but is it all on the other person? No, because once you find out, if you allow it, some people don't have boundaries. So if you allow them to get away with taking a nickel from you, the next time they're going to take from you, it will be a dime. If you allow them to take that dime, the next time it's going to be 50 cents and 20 cents, and they're going to just keep robbing you until they rob you blind and suck every piece of energy out of you until you're left with nothing. So do I believe that everything that Wendy had in her, it was sucked out of her by her ex? Oh, absolutely. But what I also believe is she allowed it. At some point, you got to put your foot down and say enough is enough. Now, do I believe that he is responsible for her addictions? No. Remember the whole story with with Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Everybody was 10 toes down saying that when Whitney met Bobby, he was her downfall. But then you have some other people who will speak the truth and tell you, before Whitney Houston met Bobby Brown, they claimed she had addiction issues already. So before Kelvin Hunter met Wendy Williams had addiction issues. Maybe everything they went through together as a couple didn't help her addiction issues. But I think if it wasn't Kelvin Hunter, if it was the man from Mars, or the man from the South, or the man from the West. I think her tendencies were there, and maybe she could have met a man that would have helped her tendencies flourish, or she could have met a man that could have got her deeper into her addiction earlier than it appeared to show up to us in the world. So whatever you want to say about Kevin Hunter, when he was in the picture, we didn't see all of the shenanigans that we saw once he left the picture. Now, a lot of people are triggered when you watch that particular live that he did. And you will get triggered because in there, he pretty much praises and he says thank you to what we know as the side chick. But in reality, it kind of was his common law wife. Because when you're married 20 years and you've been in 10 out of those 20 years, you was with another woman, it was almost like it was a common law wife or a sister wife type of situation. So he gave her a lot of credit for him being where he is today, the space that he is in, the changed man space that he was in. He gave a shout out and some credit to Sharina, okay? And he said, listen, we're all a family unit. So in his mind, and I believe in their mind, that like this is all one. So he didn't hate on Wendy, but he gave a shout out to his boo. And he said, I don't care what nobody say. I got to give her credit. Now, to her credit, and listen, I do not stand by the side of a side chick, no matter what the situation is, okay? And she's beyond a side chick at this point, right? She's the main girl. But I'm just saying in general, I'm never going to stand on the side of a side chick. And I think they all want to get what's coming to them. What goes around comes around. It's a boomerang effect. But to her defense, this story I heard and I wholeheartedly believe it. Now, Wendy has spoke about this part on her show, that at one particular time when her son was young, when Kevin Jr. was young, because of a cousin or a family member or something, they said he got addicted to that weed and it was bad to the point where they had to take him to a rehab. And that's when I believe they took him to that Dr. Sabi was still alive. They took him to that rehab and he got better. But at the time he had to go, Wendy Williams could not leave the Wendy Williams show. And I heard that Sharina and his dad was the ones down there by Kevin Jr.'s side, making sure that all was going well, it was going to be well with him, and that he was going to be good. And that is why, in my mind, when Kevin Hunter Sr. was doing his live, he had to give a shout out to his boo. He said, we all a family unit. Because when there was troubled times in this unit, as dysfunctional as it appeared to the world, Wendy Williams, Sharina, Kevin Sr., and Kevin Jr. were all one big dysfunctional family. So the straw that broke the camel's back, in my opinion, what Wendy was, Wendy almost took the attitude of, listen, do what you do, as long as you don't embarrass me, because I run a show where I straight up tell people when it's Ask Wendy, and people want to tell me about their messed up man in their life, I tell them leave them. So I can't be doing no show telling people leave your messed up man, and then they're going to find out later on that I'm a fraud because I got one that's doing me dirty. So I believe she told Kelvin, listen, I don't like it, but do what you do as long as you are good to me. There's a song out there called I don't care about your other girls, just be good to me. I feel like that was Wendy's theme song in her head. Okay? Care about your other girl, just be good to me. And do not, whatever you do, don't embarrass me and bring no other baby up in here, because then the world's going to know. So some people are okay with false appearances. If when we walk through this door as a couple, we appear like a couple, I still got my wedding band on, you're by my side, then I don't care what you do. I'm going to turn a blind eye to it. But the minute you do something and I gotta let the world know that you dogging me out and do me dirty and you got this chick on the side and a baby, that's when all hell is gonna break loose. And that's when all hell broke loose in the Wendy Williams Hunter household. When the side chick said, I'm having a baby. Now the point of me doing this video is to say, do you believe Kelvin Hunter? Do you believe he's a changed man? And listen, guys, people can change, right? And sometimes two people, they can be good business partners together, but they can be horrible husband and wife. And I think that's what happened with Kelvin Hunter and Wendy Williams. The business piece of it went very well together for them. The husband and wife piece of it, it went awry. I wholeheartedly feel that for Wendy Williams, Kelvin Hunter was her everything in business and in marriage and in life. And that is why when that relationship fell apart, she fell apart. But for Kelvin Hunter, although I connected with pieces of his live that he did on Instagram on the day of his birthday, and go to his Instagram, you can still see it up there. It's about 20 minutes. I connected with a few pieces of it. I fell for the live. I'm not going to lie to you. But I also feel like this. For Kelvin Hunter, Wendy Williams was not a person that he loved romantically. Maybe initially he did, but at some point it fell off. I think that he loved her as a person and as the mother of his son. And I think he loved the business pieces that they had together and how they was doing with that. But I think at that point, that's where it ended. But I will say, the reason why I say that he definitely maybe not loved Wendy so much romantically towards the end, but I believe he still loves her. I'm going to say absolutely 100%, because he doesn't drag Wendy Williams and he wants her to get better. And I felt that, and I wholeheartedly believe it. And there's a lot of men that they've done worse, they've done less to their ex-spouse. But some of them really go gutter low and will drag their ex-spouse for filth. And Kelvin Hunter did not do that. Now, like I said in the live, he gave a shout out to, I'm not even going to say the side chick anymore, but the side chick as how we came to know and meet Sharina, the woman he is with now, the woman that has his daughter. Okay, he gave her a shout out for being, just a great part of their family unit. And he wants no one to drag her, because the man you see before you today, he said, is a result of that good woman over there. And again, I will say this, right? Sometimes you meet people and they bring out the good side of you. And then you meet some people that will bring out the worst side of you. Okay? Sometimes when you have that person that come around and they just make you lose your religion, so to speak. And you tell them the heck off every time you see them, because their energy just pulls that energy from you. And no matter how hard you try, and then you finally have to tell yourself, I don't even want to be around them anymore, because every time I'm around them, I just lose my stuff. And there's other people that every time you're around them, they bring out the best in you. You feel so good around them, and you are your best self, and you grow, and you mature, and you flourish under their watch. Wendy Williams and Kelvin Hunter, it was meant for them to be together because they had a beautiful life together, right? When I say life, they created a beautiful life. That's what I meant to say. Like, they created Kelvin Hunter Jr., but outside of that, I think it was just tumultuous. And I think that there were underlying stuff in Wendy, and that just sat in that so long, knowing that it wasn't feeding her soul truly, and probably just being so afraid to just branch off from a person that just wasn't giving her what she needed as a husband in a marriage. So guys, thanks for watching. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Are you connecting? Did you see the live? And do you feel that Kelvin Hunter changed? Now, people can change, right, everybody? We are not the same person we were from birth. Some of us not even the same person we were yesterday. So are you accepting the fact that Kelvin Hunter said, listen, I am not that man that they portrayed me to be in that Lifetime movie. I'm somebody else. And at this stage of my life, at 51, I want to show up as this person that I know is inside me, that I know have changed to be. And whether y'all accept it or not, I'm a changed man. Do you think he's changed? Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next video.